What's happening, Internet fam? So I wanted to show you the updated version of the KittyCoin app. This is just a mock-up, something I put together in GIMP, which is the open source version of Photoshop. Obviously, those of you who know me know I'm a big proponent of open source. This whole project is based on open source. So this is now the new main interface for the app. And if you click on the Earth, it will show you how much money you're making per day. If you click on the Sun, it will show you how much money you have in the platform altogether, your overall holdings. If you click on the Moon, it will show you how many days until you reach your goal. And we'll talk about that on a different screen. There's also the launch button, the mission button, the QR code, which is how you can send and receive directly to somebody else's phone or from somebody else's phone, and the Mercury menu. The Mercury menu is a new feature down there in the bottom right. And the Mercury menu is where you can kind of configure this whole screen and what it looks like, and there's going to be a few basic options that you can change in the Mercury menu. Very simple layout, very clean layout. But that's the main screen here. This is the new mission screen. I've decided to make it look like a cockpit. There's a lot of data that I'm going to want to make sure that the user has access to. So on the mission screen, therefore, I decided to do a model that was a little bit more, you can have a cockpit look a little bit busy, and it just makes sense because you're in a cockpit, like actually doing something in there. So it's a way to make it look cleaner while being more busy and still kind of incorporating it with the space theme. Now you're looking out the window and seeing the sun, moon, and earth. And this is showing you what your goal is. And this kitty's goal is to make $5,000 per month, and they're planning on adding $1 a day to the platform, and also restaking every dollar they make in the platform, doing compound staking basically. It's showing that they're making about $403 a month right now, and if they continue on this trajectory of adding $1 per day and restaking all their earnings, then they should be able to make $5,000 a month in 3,287 days. That's why the moon is the days. The moon is the goal there. So you can set your goal, 5,000 a month, and then the moon is when you're going to get to that goal. On the dash down there, it's also showing you your 1 year, your 5 year, your 10 year. That's what you're making on the platform at current levels if you continue according to the plan. And it's also showing you how much money you're making per minute, per hour, per day, and per week on the gauges. And then once again, we have the Mercury menu, and we have the home button to go back to the home screen, which is this screen again. So the home brings you back here. The Mercury menu is going to have a few options in here because this whole screen is going to need some more configuration options than the main screen. So this is the mission screen, and that's what that looks like. Now, if you hit the launch button on the bottom left over here, it's going to take you to this screen where the bounties are. It's going to bring you into the bounties, and in particular, it's going to put you on the bounty hunter screen. This is the bounty hunter screen. This is where you can find a job in your area or a job on the internet, any bounty that kind of matches the criteria you've set up. And setting that criteria up is going to be an option in the Mercury menu. So in the Mercury menu, you can say, hey, I'm looking for auto repair jobs. Hey, I'm looking for administrative assistant jobs. Hey, I'm looking for music teaching jobs. Whatever kind of job you're good at, you're going to be able to configure that in the Mercury menu down there on the bottom right. And then, of course, you can select any one of these bounties and make a bid yourself, and that's going to bring you to the bounty screen. And this is the bounty screen. And the bounty screen is going to show you where you can bid on this bounty. So if you click that number at the top right, you can put in how much you'd be willing to do this job for if you were looking at the screen as the bounty hunter. Now, if you're the one offering the bounty who needs the job done, you've got some other options in here. You can edit the text, all the text of the bounty. You can also refuse some of the bids down on the bottom if some of those kitties have a bad reputation or it doesn't look like they have the expertise to really handle the job according to your specs. You can communicate with them directly and kick them out of the queue. Say, hey, I don't think you're right for the job, and here's why, and then remove them from the queue. There's also the home screen that brings you back to the home page, and the bounty key which is just telling you that you're on the bounty screen. Now the hammer is the big deal on this screen because the hammer means you can configure a lot of different things. You can make a sub bounty. Say, okay, I'm not going to wash. There's kind of a bad example in this one, but you could say, I'm not going to wash the car, but I am down to wax your car. And so you could make a sub bounty and say, I'll wax your car for $15. So, and then that can become either a sub bounty as part of the overall total, or it could become like a separate add-on bounty that the person could either accept or deny. And that's it. So in this app, you can find work, you can offer work, you can also sell goods too in this app. Bounties could be a physical item. You could put a guitar on here and say, yeah, I've got this guitar, willing to sell it for $200. And then people can start making offers with the bounty system for the guitar. So you can also sell goods, not just services in this app. But the app is really focused on services and making sure that young people in particular have a way to go and make money. That's, that they can pick up work and find work anytime, anywhere. They can open this bounty hunter screen and find some bounties and start making offers and trying to get some work. That's the idea behind this app, and that's the idea behind the value of the coin. The value of the coin is based on the bounties that people have done. So if people actually do the work, they get paid some of the coin, and the coin is minted when people actually improve the app itself. So the people who improve the app are going to be able to hire other people to do other stuff, and that's how the coin is going to be spread across the population. So a very small market cap release, very small cap coin, but that's going to be divisible out to maybe out to 100 decimal places. I don't know. I have to do the math exactly on how many decimal places the coin's going to be divisible to, but it's going to be a very divisible coin, much more than a Satoshi. A Kitoshi is going to be a tiny amount compared to a Satoshi because there's going to be so many more decimal places that we're going to be able to divide the coin in order to keep the market vibrant and liquid, even with a very small amount of coin circulating. So this is the Kitty Coin app. This is the latest beta of it, of the mock-up. If you want to design this app so that it's actually a working app with real 3D graphics, I want to have a real 3D graphic of the sun, complete with like solar flares and, pulsating, how the sun actually looks in video. Same thing with the Earth. I want to have real-time weather on the Earth and, have the light of the sun reflect on the Earth more exactly. I kind of just placed these in such a way that it looked like you could see the sun, the Earth and the moon reflecting the sunlight in that manner. Obviously, it's not to scale. The point is to make it very attractive to look at, not to make it scientifically accurate to scale. Yeah, and there's the Mercury menu too, and it would be cool if the Mercury menu was also lit by the sun, according to where it's facing the sun. So yeah, so if somebody wants to start designing this app, they're going to earn a bounty. The first bounties are going to be the biggest bounties. So if somebody wants to help design the cryptocurrency that's going to be the basis of this software app, great. If somebody wants to help me design the app, great. If somebody wants to help me design, release the app onto different platforms such as Android, Apple, Raspberry Pi, there's plenty of bounties listed in the white paper. There's plenty of bounties listed on the website, so you can get involved and start earning some Kitty Coin right away. And this is, again, going to be a very limited release coin. I'm going to have 90% of the coins locked up for a long time, maybe 50, 100 years, because the reason being is this is a coin that's going to have to be able to cover all human commerce for future generations. For thousands of years potentially. This is a plan to replace all global currency with this coin. That's the plan. And it's a very fun savings app for children to use. Any kid can see this interface, click on the sun, see how much money they have in, click on the Earth, see how much money they're making per day, click on the moon, set a goal on the mission screen. I want to make $1 a day. I want to make, $300 a month, whatever your goal is. This is all changeable on the screen. You could say, okay, my goal is $5,000 a month, but I'm going to put in $10 a day, and see how the moon shot is going to change then. So obviously that's going to happen in a lot fewer days than 3,287. So this is just a really fun, easy touch screen interface to make it easy for kids to learn how to save money and learn about compound interest, or in this case, compound staking, which basically operates in the same fashion. So that is CoinKitty.io in a nutshell. I hope you've enjoyed this presentation, and do read the white paper. And if you have any kind of skill set for any of the bounties, I would strongly recommend you put in a bid for one of those bounties right away in the Discord. Get a hold of me and let me know that you're going to be working on it, and I will pledge you a significant amount of coin. The first bounties are going to be much bigger than the later bounties, so now's the time to get in. This is the time to get in, and if this coin goes to the moon, you could be the next Jeff Bezos. I mean, that's the kind of finance we're talking about if it really gets traction the way I want it to. And again, I'm designing this app to run on every platform. Windows, Linux, Mac, Android, iOS, Raspberry Pi, smart refrigerators, everywhere. This app is going to be designed to run everywhere. It's going to be a very, very simple app, very easy to interact with the blockchain by interacting with the bounties, interacting with the QR codes, and interacting with the saving platform for savings. I haven't designed the rocket launch screen yet. There is going to be a rocket launch component that happens every midnight, and if you're logged into the screen while the rocket launch happens, you will be rewarded a slightly extra amount of staking, compound staking, for that. Very small. This is minimal. The staking is going to be minimal. The real way to make money is to earn by solving some of these bounties. And I do want to make these bounties all inclusive for every single job you can think of. Hey, I need a trial lawyer for my divorce. Boom, that's a bounty. Hey, I need, there's a pothole on my street I need fixed. That's a bounty. And the bounties can be paid for by a group of people. They can be paid for by an individual. So, hey, I want you to build me a new car based on the Tesla model, but, slightly different, customized in this way. That could be like some huge bounty with all kinds of sub bounties. I want this interface to be able to handle any task that you want to hire somebody to do, or any task that you could be hired to do. So, that is CoinKitty.io. That is the Kitty Coin model. And I hope you're out there hunting Katoshis already by submitting some bounties. All right, Internet fam, have a great night.